He's going to pick up the record number of victories. Veda Pratama is there in third place, but
all the behind the scenes of what it takes to be in Rookies Cup, from the guys at the front to the guys at the back, and that was year, hasn't he? Not what we expected from the Argentinian. Kicked off the year with a fifth.
Up the inside comes David Gonzalez.
Come on, David! Go on, have some of that.
Brian's going to get the drive out.
It's the 2023 season,
and you know, while I'm talking about internet and so.
And a fourth place finish. He got his first podium in Le Mans Race 2. He's not been on the podium.
It may have been Alejandro Fernandez as well. I saw the pink helmet. Anyway, we'll see. I'm sure we'll get the information soon. But fourth, don't forget that you have your last chance to apply to join the Rookies Cup next.
Since this is what we want to see from Morelli.
Yeah, he had 2 wins last year, and we want. But it is Brian Iriarte who has the advantage. They go down the hill, pushing in a 6 year up until midnight Sunday night. We've still got applications open, and then we'll see him on the top step of the podium. And Brian desperately trying to keep his KTM off the green stuff there. Superb second place, but Joel Pons, he never has any luck. He's one of the fallers. We'll be choosing who will be invited to the selection event in October to decide as he chases Morelli away from the first corner.
And of course him and Morelli came to blows back in Sachsenring, didn't.
And Brian Iriarte already touching the green stuff. He's got to watch that. The 54, of course, it's Veda Pratama up in riders who are invited to the Cup for next season.
Could you be a story like Marco then? Look at the gap then with the chasers. They are on it. They are gonna catch them.
The third place, a very close third place as well.
So 3 riders down on the first turn. Agostinelli, and that was Morelli. He really is, you know, just one in a long line of poster child. I think, Peter, it was 0.6 of a second. There was nearly a couple of other riders down there. That was pushing and Pratama, wasn't it?
That's right. Veda, that was really not
of Rookies Cup, isn't he?
Yeah, well, that's right. You know, Jorge Martini won the MotoGP
as they come across the first intermediate split there. So I think that's it. The leading pack have been
room for that Veda to go up the inside of Carpucci, but he tried it. They got away with it. Anyway, it's still World Championship last year. After in the post-podium press conference, said I would not be here.
Officially, fastest rider on track is that rider there, number 7 of Beñat Fernandez.
And of course, that still is Brian Iriarte that leads. Carpucci looking for a way up the inside. There is no possibility there. Brian Iriarte, if it not for the Rookies Cup, and absolutely true. So back with our action now. These are the guys who are looking to go. A group of 5 punches a big hole in the air, and that drags the other guys into the slipstream. It cuts across his nose very nicely and holds on to the lead.
Well then, so 3 riders down at the first turn.
Agostinelli into the Grand Prix classes next year. It's Iriarte, Marco Morelli, Gonzalez, Pratama, effectively. So it's Brian Iriarte who takes up the lead from Veda Pratama.
So heavy on the brakes. He was the other one down with Fernandez, as you rightly pointed out, Peter, with Pons. They come across the line there to complete lap 1. It will.
Mitani, Pugliese, Hakim Danish still with a chance of being Cup champion.
And it's really steep downhill into turn 4 there. You can see the rear wheel of Uriarte is just popping off the ground moment. It'll be Uriarte from Carpucci, from Pratama, Thompson, Gonzalez, Beñat Fernandez, Singapong. Such a technical part of the circuit here as we watch sort of the slow motion of momentarily as they now come into the fastest sweeping section as Guillaume Plonk there in 7th place too.
And Veda Pratama does not want to hang in there. Carpucci goes up the inside.
The riders. This nice overtake from Uriarte into first rider to have a long lap penalty for exceeding track limits. He's at 20th spot at the moment. That'll move him.
Pratama tries to go past both of them. Can't quite do it, but he does pick up 2nd place. Brian Iriarte hangs on to the lead to go.
These guys, they don't lift through there at all, do they?
No, and he's using all up the curb.
Down, likely to last.
Right, and as you were talking about, you know, using up your tyre down the hill, but it's Veda Pratama who has pushed aside the white helmeted man from Kurdian. It's fairly bumpy across the inside there, but it doesn't seem to bother them at all, does it? Okay, we're back live now. It's too much. These Pirellis are really superb tyres. They do drop off. The performance does start to take 2nd place.
Well, it was a clean getaway for just about everybody initially. The jump. Oh, someone's down in the background. Couple of riders down. That is a big shame. It looked like could have been
fade away slightly, but it's very, very predictable. So the guys can feel what's happening, and
first of all was pretty good from car pushing, but then it was Uriarte just let the brakes off. But here, Benyat Fernandez being one of them, it is, and I think it's him and Christian Daniel, two riders that said keep.
Usually doesn't give them any nasty surprises. It's Brian Uriarte that leads, but up the inside now, it's
what happened towards the back. It looked like it was Fernandez, who hit the back of Fernand. Well, we've kept an eye on them there as they've tumbled into the gravel. What a shame. They will be
David Gonzalez there on the number 11 into second place.
I think I saw Christian Daniel pushing like Agostinelli there and taking the hapless Joel Pons with him.
Right, and obviously
hopefully back out tomorrow and we'll see the best of them there.
And springs are broken up.
Marco Morelli rather wide there in towards the penultimate turn, and there we have the weave-in.
They all got up and got away with it because we didn't, the situation has been a little bit at the front with Uriarte just thinking, very slight, because the slipstream closes them right up.
Riders trying to avoid the other riders catching too much of a slipstream. Morelli up the inside of Daniel again, just slots it there.
And cleared, that's good to know. Right,
so the climb up, we have Pratama in the lead then.
Again then, doesn't it? Veda Pratama up the inside of Gonzalez and into third place. Marco looking
goes a little bit wide onto the green then, so he might himself have a track limits warning, but they have officially been caught by from Uriarte and car pushing. David Gonzalez behind them as well.
Seriously looking up the inside of Brian Uriarte.
Martinez has cracked the others. They've now got car pushing on their tail. Car pushing moving up the inside, potentially, certainly of Morelli, but also
there would never. Veda just looked, didn't he, right from the start, that he was not going to hang around waiting there. He's taken the lift
out as well, unfortunately. Big shame.
Things reverse very quickly.
Potentially Daniel as well, not quite, as we see Morelli get pushed wide now by Benyat Fernandez.
But he's already under pressure and he's passed by up, pushing up the inside. Around the outside is Brian Uriarte to take the lead. Don't they? You go from,
fastest rider of the race to the gravel. That's motorbike racing for you. Fernandez moving up the inside. Danish side by side with Morelli in the background too.
The 51 is Uriarte. Pushing on 17 in second place. Veda slots in, and he's trying to...
Isn't it? They cross the line this time. So, 7 laps to go, officially well beyond.
So, Uriarte leads from Gonzalez. I wonder now if Gonzalez has got to... Take it back again! But no, Brian Uriarte hangs on to the lead. And in fact, Veda loses the
half race distance now. It's Uriarte still
with the fellow Spanish one. If the two Spanish can make a break for it, they've got the slightest advantage. Third place.
This is a completely different kind of race than we saw yesterday.